September is National Suicide Prevention Month, and all month long, mental health advocates, preventional organizations, and survivors are uniting to promote awareness. Joining us with more on this important issue is Steve McHattie. He's a clinical social worker and therapist who owns the Charter Oak Family Center in Manchester. He is also a suicide survivor. Steve, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So obviously this is extremely personal to you, and I imagine challenging yet gratifying to share your story. Why is it so important for you to do so?
I literally hid from people and from life for 20 or 30 years. And I don't think it's original to me. Mental illness, suicide stole my hope and my vision. I'm a member of the Connecticut Suicide Advisory Board, and in the very first meeting of the Lived Experience Committee, we introduced ourselves, and without fail, everyone at the end of their introduction said, "And can you believe?" And we had, "Can you believe that I'm an artist, a playwright, a musician? I happen to be a singer." And as I was listening to that, I thought, why wouldn't we believe that we can do great things? And so it's important that I get my story out so people know that there's hope and that there's vision and that they can accomplish great things still.
Absolutely, and you're 100% right on that. People watching this right now, if they're worried or thinking that maybe someone is showing the signs and symptoms of depression or maybe thinking about suicide, what do you recommend that they do to help?
First, I would say ask how they're doing. Don't be afraid to ask the question directly about suicide. Research has suggested that just because you ask doesn't mean somebody's then going to consider suicide. And they're likely, if they're considering it, to say yes when you ask.
What are the signs we should look for? You see a friend maybe in need when a lot of times you hear people say this person had a big smile on their face. You would have never known. What should people look for to try to figure out whether someone is really going through an unimaginably dark time?
You might look for a change in behavior. You might look for a person who is all of a sudden giving away their possessions. They might start talking about dying by suicide. They might start talking about life would be better off without me. People wouldn't miss me. Oftentimes people in this will talk about an unbearable pain that they have. And so if someone starts talking about that, those are all signs that there might be something deeper that needs to be addressed.
We are very lucky in Connecticut to have a lot of outlets for people and existing facilities like yours that can help. People need to know about them, though. What are those options for people who may be struggling right now?
So 211 for Connecticut and the new national 3-digit number 988 for suicide prevention. 211 has great specialists on the phone. I remember not too long ago, I was going through a rough time and I called 211, and they're polite, they're pleasant, they don't rush you, they listen to what you're saying. And in that moment, I needed someone to hear me. And that specialist was someone that heard what I was saying, didn't judge me. She took her time with me. And when we were done, I felt better and was able to go on about my day.
Well, Steve, you are incredibly brave, and it takes a very big and strong person to be able to share a story like this, and it goes without saying, but we're very happy you're here and you are making a difference, and that means a lot. It's Steve McHattie with the Charter Oak Family Center. Thank you so much again for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And if you or a loved one need help and you do want to talk to someone, look at this number right here. You can dial 988. The Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide free and confidential support.